Hi, everybody. I hope you all had a great week. I had a pretty good week. I got to see Ben a couple of times, and he actually spent the couple of nights here. Put him to work, loving the outdoors, and things are good. Today, I am going to talk about social media, the good, the bad, and the ugly. There are so many great things about social media. Number one, I get to talk to you. I get to share my story and raise awareness for mental health and addiction. And I have gotten positive feedback with social media. You don't know who you're touching. And I know through private messages and people talking to me, I have touched a few people, which is pretty amazing. And I couldn't have done that without social media. So, thumbs up for social media in that aspect. There are some not so good things about social media. It actually can affect you physically, your neck strain, eye strain, or if you're not paying attention, you're looking down on your phone, you could actually walk into a wall and there's physical pain there. There's also one study that I was reading about where it actually affects your brain, and it causes changes in your brain that are similar to someone that's using alcohol or drugs. I thought that was interesting. It's not conclusive because they say there could have been other stimulants, and the study wasn't controlled. But there are a number of people. I know there are gamers out there that will be on their computer or phone playing hours and hours. So there's something to that. So the not so good, it affects your brain, it affects you physically, and last but certainly not least, it affects your mental health and you emotionally. There's a lot of negative that goes on out there. There's cyberbullying. I can't even imagine being in school and not only is there physical bullying face to face, but cyberbullying, it's not good. And another thing is when people are online, let's say Facebook, that's my go-to. I know there's Instagram, Twitter, and a number of other platforms where when you go through the threads of information, it's always happy, great pictures, and it makes some people feel like, oh, wow, like they're having such a good time. But the thing is, we don't know everybody's story. This is what they're choosing to show you. I mean, they may be having a fantastic time, but at the same time, we don't know what goes on behind closed doors. Before I started doing my videos, I post pictures of vacation and family pictures. And if you were just to look at that snapshot, you'd think I had the best life. Don't get me wrong, I do have a good life and I'm very blessed. But it wasn't until I started doing these videos that people even became aware of what went on behind the scenes, so to speak. With everything that I've gone through with Ben over the last many years with addiction and mental health, it's not something that you advertise. Oh, here's a picture of, my son passed out. That's not something that you would post. So when you're looking at pictures on social media and you see the happiness and the fun pictures, see it for what it is. My point I'm trying to get across is that you are awesome, and that you're good enough, and that you're great, and that you don't need to post pictures. I'm going to get personal here for a minute. Not that I haven't been personal, but I'm going to get even more real. When I started doing the videos, I used to look at how many views I would get. And if I didn't get that 100 views, I think, oh my God, like nobody's watching, what's going on? And I could see where people would start to look at social media to put value on themselves. And I did that for just a short period of time. And I thought, oh my God, I can't be checking YouTube every so often to see how many views, because it doesn't really matter. I'm doing this because I want to do this and I want to spread awareness. And I know that I've touched people through conversations. Actually, the friend that suggested I do this social media told me a story of someone, that watched my videos and the change in their life. And I thank you for that. We don't know who we're touching. So I want people to know you are worthy. You are awesome. You are great. Live your best life. Live life by design. If you need help, because there is a social media anxiety. There's a social media anxiety disorder, and it's someone who lives by social media in that they're checking their accounts all the time. They measure their worthiness through other people's lives. It affects their day-to-day living. They could be talking to someone and they have their phone and they're always checking their notifications. So if social media is affecting you in this way, I ask you to seek help. Okay, it's not my place to tell you what to do. Ignore that last statement. But it's really looking at how you use social media. There are so many great things that we get from social media. I know back in the day we used to go to the library whenever we needed to find information. Now we have this wonderful thing called Google. How many times a day do you Google information that normally you would have had to go to the library to find? So it's great for information, education. There's support groups online. There are so many wonderful things. So I think of life and the pressures of life. And back in my day when we didn't have social media or even computers, there was always that social pressure. You would have a boyfriend. When are you going to get married? You get married. When are you going to have kids? Yeah, and so on and so forth. So there was always a social pressure, but it seems that there's more social pressure with social media because you may be measuring yourself against somebody else on social media that has gotten married, had kids, have grandchildren, and life is wonderful. I'm here to remind you that these are pictures, and we like to post happy things, and everybody has a story. You're not alone, and you are worthy. You are awesome. You rock. So social media, I say use it for good. I will continue to do these videos to raise awareness because I don't know who is watching, and maybe I'm saying something that will give someone an aha moment. And yeah, right, aha. So just know social media could be a great thing. And there's always that dark side that I try to keep away from. That fake news, what's real, what's not. So I always say, live your best life. Be true to yourself. Know that you are awesome and that you rock. And use social media for the good. And if you do need help out there, social media is great. There are support groups out there. You don't even need to leave your home. Nothing a quick Google can't help you find. And when it comes to mental health, I just want to mention here in this area and in many areas, there's CMHA, which is Canadian Mental Health Association. And they have a lot of great resources. And if you do need help, I would start there. There are workshops. There are things that will help educate you. That is my bit on social media. I wish you all a fantastic week. I wish great things. And remember, you are awesome. You rock. You are worthy. You are enough. All those wonderful things. Be safe. Be smart. Take care of yourself. Sending you lots of love. And with social media, you could like, share, subscribe, and do all that great stuff so we could spread awareness and get rid of the stigma when it comes to mental health and addiction. Love to all. Take care. Bye.